My grandmother's voice cut through the baby shower chatter like a knife. Sophie, dear, can you explain why there's $1,800 missing from my savings account? The room went silent. My sister's champagne glass slipped from her hand. My mother's face went from confused to horrified in seconds. Because I wasn't even supposed to be at this party, and the money my grandmother was asking about, my sister had spent it on the designer nursery everyone was admiring. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And tell me where you're watching from. My name is Claire, and I'm 34 years old. I'm a financial advisor at a mid-sized firm in Seattle. I work long hours, live in a modest apartment, and I've built my career from the ground up. My younger sister, Melissa, is 29. She's married to a guy named Troy, and she's never worked a full-time job in her life. Growing up, Melissa was the favorite, the pretty one, the social one, the one who could do no wrong. I was the responsible one, the boring one, the one who faded into the background. When Melissa wanted dance lessons, piano lessons, art classes, she got them all. When I asked for a graphing calculator for AP Calculus, I was told to share one with a classmate. When Melissa got her license, our parents bought her a car. When I got mine, they told me to save up and buy my own, but that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was that I thought it was normal, that some kids just needed more, that I should be grateful for what I had. I learned to expect nothing, and I got exactly that. 3 months ago, Melissa announced she was pregnant. My parents lost their minds with excitement. My mom immediately started planning a baby shower. It's going to be beautiful, she gushed on the phone. I'm thinking a garden party theme, maybe at that venue by the lake. That sounds nice, I said. When is it? Oh, we haven't set a date yet, but it'll be in April. Just let me know and I'll take the day off. Silence. Actually, Claire, it's going to be pretty small, just close family and Melissa's best friends. I felt a sting, but pushed it down. Oh, okay. I'm sure you understand. Melissa wants to keep it intimate. Intimate. Code 4, you're not invited. I didn't hear anything else about the shower for weeks. Until I saw the pictures on Instagram, it wasn't small. There were at least 50 people there, a gorgeous outdoor venue, professional photographer, designer decorations, a dessert table that probably cost more than my monthly rent. I scrolled through the photos, my mom, my aunts, cousins I barely knew, Melissa's college friends, her yoga instructor, her hairstylist, everyone except me. The caption read, "Blessed to celebrate our little miracle with the people who matter most, the people who matter most." I closed Instagram and pretended it didn't hurt. But it did, and I didn't know then, but I was about to lose much more. 2 weeks after the shower, I got a call from my grandmother. Nana Ruth was 87 years old, sharp as a tack, kind as they come, and the only person in my family who'd ever really seen me. "Claire, sweetheart, I need your help with something." "Of course, Nana. What's going on?" "I'm looking at my bank statement, and I'm confused. There are some withdrawals I don't remember making." My stomach tightened. Nana was careful with money. She didn't forget things like this. "How much are we talking about?" I asked. "Well, that's the thing. It's quite a bit. Over $18,000. I sat up straight. $18,000? Nana, when did these withdrawals happen? "Over the past 3 months. Small amounts at first. 500 here, 1,000 there, but then there's a big one, $10,000 in March. March. Right before Melissa's baby shower. "Do you still have access to your account online?" I asked. "I do, but I don't really understand all the computer stuff. That's why I called you." "I'm coming over right now." I drove to Nana's house immediately. She lived in a small cottage in West Seattle, the same house she'd lived in for 40 years. She had her laptop open on the kitchen table, bank statements printed out beside it. I sat down and started going through everything. She was right. $18,500 withdrawn over 3 months. Small amounts at first, then larger chunks, all from the same source. "Nana, these are all ATM withdrawals and online transfers." "But I didn't make them," she said, her voice shaking. "I don't even know how to do online transfers." I looked at the transaction details. The transfers had been made to an account at a different bank, an account I didn't recognize. "Nana, who has access to your online banking?" "Just me," she said. "Well, and your mother. She helped me set it up last year." My blood ran cold. "Mom has your login information?" "Yes. She said it would be easier if she could help me manage things, in case I forgot my password or something. I stared at the screen, at the withdrawals, at the dates, all leading up to a baby shower that cost thousands of dollars. A shower I wasn't invited to, but that wasn't the worst part. Nana, I need to ask you something. Did you give Melissa money for the baby shower? She looked confused. No, why would I? Your mother said she was paying for it. I pulled up the photos from Instagram on my phone, showed her the venue, the decorations, the dessert table. Does this look like the kind of party Mom could afford on her own? Nana studied the photos. Her face fell. Oh my goodness, that must have cost a fortune. About $18,000, I said quietly. She looked at me, and I saw the realization hit her. You think your mother took my money? I think someone with access to your account took it, and I think we need to find out who. The truth hadn't even started revealing itself yet. I called the bank while I was still at Nana's house. Reported the unauthorized transactions. They said they'd investigate, but it could take weeks. In the meantime, the representative said, you should file a police report if you believe this is fraud. I hung up and looked at Nana. They want you to file a police report. Her hands trembled. Against my own daughter? We don't know it was her yet, I said, but we need to find out. She looked so small in that moment, so betrayed. I can't believe she would do this to me. Let me handle it, I said. Let me talk to her first, see what she says. Nana nodded, tears in her eyes, and I drove to my mother's house. My mom answered the door in her bathrobe. Claire, what are you doing here? We need to talk. I walked past her into the living room. She followed, looking nervous. What's this about? I pulled out my phone and showed her Nana's bank statement. $18,500, withdrawn from Nana's account over the past 3 months. Want to explain that? Her face went white. I don't know what you're talking about. You have access to her account, Mom. These transfers went to a bank you use. She sat down heavily on the couch. It's not what it looks like. Then what is it? Silence. Mom, did you take money from Nana's account? She looked up at me, and I saw guilt written all over her face. Melissa needed help. The baby shower, the nursery, all the baby things. Troy's not making much money right now, and... So you stole from your own mother? I said, my voice rising. I didn't steal. I borrowed it. I was going to pay her back. When? I demanded. When were you going to pay back $18,000? She didn't answer. Does Nana even know? My mom looked away. I thought she wouldn't notice. I stared at my mother, the woman who raised me, who'd always put Melissa first, and who'd now stolen from her own mother to fund my sister's extravagant baby shower. You're going to tell her, I said, today. Claire, please, or I'm going to the police. My mom started crying, real broken sobs. I just wanted to give Melissa a perfect day, she whispered. She's having her first baby. She deserves something special. And for just a moment, I saw her, not as the mother who'd always chosen Melissa, but as a woman who was so desperate to make her daughter happy that she'd betrayed her own mother. It was sad, pathetic even, but it didn't change what she'd done. What about me, Mom? I asked quietly. She looked up, confused. What? What about giving me something special? When was the last time you put me first? Claire, this isn't about you. It's always about Melissa, I shouted. Everything has always been about Melissa. You didn't even invite me to the baby shower. Melissa wanted it small. There were 50 people there. I saw the photos. You just didn't want me there. My mom stood up, defensive now. Melissa said you'd make it about yourself, that you'd ruin it because you were jealous. The words hit like a slap. Jealous? Of what? Of a sister who's never worked a day in her life? Who's married to a man who can't support her? Who needs our grandmother's money stolen to throw her a party? Don't you dare talk about your sister like that. Then don't steal from your mother, I screamed. The room went silent. I left my mother's house shaking with rage. Drove straight back to Nana's, told her everything. She sat quietly, absorbing it all. Then she looked at me with steel in her eyes. I want to press charges. Nana, are you sure that's your daughter? She stole from me, Claire, and she lied about it, and she let my granddaughter throw a party with my money while excluding you. Her voice broke. I'm done protecting people who don't deserve it. I called the police that afternoon, filed a report for elder financial abuse. The investigation moved fast. The bank confirmed the transfers were unauthorized. My mother's bank records showed deposits matching the stolen amounts. She'd used Nana's money to pay for the venue, the caterer, even Melissa's designer nursery furniture. 2 weeks later, my mother was arrested. My phone exploded with calls from my dad, from Melissa, from relatives I hadn't heard from in years. Melissa's voicemail was particularly memorable. How could you do this? Mom was trying to help me, and now you've ruined everything because you're jealous that I didn't invite you to one stupid party. I deleted it without responding. I could have dropped the charges. My mom's lawyer called, begging me to convince Nana to settle this privately. Your mother could go to prison. Is that really what you want? Part of me felt guilty. She was still my mother, and prison seemed harsh. But then I thought about Nana, 87 years old, violated by her own daughter, living on a fixed income with $1,800 and $500 or stolen from her savings. I thought about walking away, about being the bigger person, about keeping the peace. But then I remembered something. While helping Nana organize her paperwork, I found something else. A folder labeled Claire College Fund. Inside were bank statements from 20 years ago, an account my grandparents had opened for me when I was born. Monthly deposits, birthday money, Christmas money. By the time I was 18, there was $24,000 in it. But I'd never seen that money. My parents told me there was no college fund, that I'd need to work and take out loans. I looked at the final statement. June 2008, right before my freshman year. One withdrawal, $24,000, transferred to my parents' account. There was a note paper clipped to it in Nana's handwriting. Given to Margaret and Tom for Claire's college expenses. Make sure she gets it. My hands started shaking. I never got it. I worked 3 jobs through college, graduated with $45,000 in debt. While my parents took the $24,000 Nana gave them for me and did what with it? I thought about Melissa's wedding 5 years ago, the destination wedding in Mexico that my parents paid for that cost around $30,000, the ground, the dropped beneath me. I made copies of everything, the college fund statements, Nana's note, the dates of the withdrawals, the dates of Melissa's wedding expenses, and I gave them all to the prosecutor. The charges against my mother were upgraded from simple theft to elder financial abuse with a pattern of financial exploitation. Because it wasn't just the $1,800, $500, it was a 20-year pattern of taking Nana's money meant for me and spending it on Melissa. My mother's lawyer tried to negotiate, wanted Nana to accept full restitution in exchange for dropping charges. Nana refused. She needs to face consequences, real consequences. The case went to trial. I was called to testify. Walked into the courtroom and saw my whole family, my dad looking broken, Melissa, 8 months pregnant, glaring at me with pure hatred. My mother at the defendant's table, refusing to look at me. I was sworn in, and I told the truth. About the baby shower I wasn't invited to, about finding the withdrawals, about the college fund that was stolen, about a lifetime of being overlooked while Melissa got everything. Melissa's lawyer tried to discredit me. Isn't it true you're just jealous of your sister? I looked him dead in the eye. No, I'm angry that my mother stole from my grandmother. Twice. And convinced herself it was okay because Melissa needed it more. The prosecutor called a surprise witness, my father. My mother looked shocked. My dad took the stand, and he confirmed everything. I told Margaret it was wrong, he said quietly. When she took Claire's college fund for Melissa's wedding, when she took Ruth's money for the baby shower, I told her to stop. And what did she say? The prosecutor asked. She said Melissa needed us, that Claire was fine on her own, that Ruth wouldn't miss the money. He looked at my mother. I should have stopped her. I didn't, and I'm sorry. My mother was crying, but not from remorse, from anger at being exposed, at losing control. My mother was convicted of elder financial abuse and theft. Sentenced to 18 months in prison, ordered to pay full restitution, 40 chows to $500, the 8 chow $500 she stole from Nana, plus the $24,000 she took from my college fund. My parents had to sell their house to pay it, downsized to a small rental. Melissa had her baby in June. I wasn't invited to meet him. I didn't ask to be. My mom served 14 months, got out on good behavior. She tried to call me once. I didn't answer. My dad reaches out occasionally, apologizing, trying to rebuild. I'm not ready yet. Melissa sent me a letter after the trial, full of rage and blame. I burned it without reading past the first line. But Nana got her money back. Every cent. Last month, Nana called me, "Claire, I need to talk to you about something." I went to her house that afternoon. She had papers spread out on her kitchen table. "I've updated my will," she said. I felt my chest tighten. "Nana, you don't have to—" "Hush, let me finish." She slid a document across the table. "I'm leaving everything to you. The house, my savings, all of it. Nana, your mother proved she can't be trusted, and Melissa, well, she never needed me. She just needed my money." Her eyes filled with tears. "But you, Claire, you've always been there. You're the one who noticed something was wrong. You're the one who fought for me. You're the one who showed up." "I'll always show up for you," I said. "I know, sweetheart. That's why you're getting everything." 2 weeks later, I got an invitation in the mail to Melissa's son's baptism. I stared at it. An olive branch or a performance? I texted my dad. "Did you know Melissa sent me this?" He responded, "She said she wants to try to fix things. For the baby's sake." For the baby's sake. Not because she was sorry. Not because she missed me. Because she wanted her son to have an aunt. I thought about going, about being the bigger person, about family. Then I thought about everything they'd taken from me and everything I'd fought to get back. I texted my dad back. "Tell Melissa I said congratulations, but I won't be there." And I didn't feel guilty about it. I'm sitting in Nana's kitchen right now. We have dinner together every Sunday, just the two of us. She's teaching me her recipes, telling me stories about her life. We laugh, we talk. We exist together without needing anything from each other except presence. Last week, she showed me the guest room. "I'm thinking of repainting," she said. "Maybe a soft blue. What do you think?" "I think it would be beautiful." "Good, because one day this will be your house, and I want you to love it." I hugged her. This woman who'd been robbed by her own daughter, who'd chosen justice over family loyalty, who'd chosen me. People ask if I regret it, if I wish I'd let it go, if I feel bad about what happened to my mother, and the answer is no, because my mother made her choices. She chose Melissa over me over and over. She chose to steal rather than admit she couldn't afford her daughter's extravagant life. She chose to lie to Nana, to betray her, to take from a woman who'd given her everything. I didn't send her to prison. Her choices did. And I chose Nana. I chose truth. I chose to stop accepting less than I deserved. I wasn't invited to the baby shower, but I didn't need to be. Because while they were celebrating with stolen money, I was building something real, a relationship with the one person in my family who actually loved me, a life where I didn't have to beg for scraps of attention, a future where I didn't carry their shame. Nana passed away 3 months ago, peacefully, in her sleep. She left me everything just like she promised. The house, her savings, her recipes, her love. Melissa contested the will, said Nana wasn't in her right mind, said I'd manipulated her. The judge threw it out in 10 minutes. I'm living in Nana's house now. The same kitchen where we had Sunday dinners, the same living room where she told me stories, the same garden where she grew tomatoes every summer. Melissa drives by sometimes. Slows down, stares, keeps driving. I don't wave, because I'm done chasing people who never wanted to be caught. I'm done fighting for scraps from a table I was never invited to. I have my own table now, in my own house that I earned, that Nana gave me because I showed up. And that's worth more than any baby shower, more than any stolen moment of belonging, more than any relationship built on obligation. I wasn't invited, but I won anyway.